A lot of combat, but still a bit happened.
Tree was evil. I am now part tree.
There was a bitch.
Alton ate more cheese.
You all suck
And-
at this.
I was gonna say,
never
that's the best
said
my
we were
recaps
good
can get.
at
Jeez.
We never said we were good at this.
The party had gone into the forest in order to deal with a mad druid who was using apparently the druid of the Circle of the Fangs tree had been turned into his reliquary, and summarily everyone wailed on it and destroyed it, and thus him. There was a necklace that Marani was able to get that was mildly related to druidism. We all got back to the town, and as the mist was clearing, everyone's like, okay, let's break out the booze and the food, and let's feast and celebration. Lots
Yep.
of feasting, lots of uh, interaction, and I think we ended off on everyone having a good night except for Absinthoss, because that's the tradition.
Sounds on brand.
About right. Yeah, so you guys defeated Cars. It was kind of that side quest from earlier on that kind of evolved into a bit more as things were left. You learn a bit more about Theodoric and Thomas, about their history and how they came to meet with Phelorin and why they still serve him to this day. Um, you learned, I mean, not much more than that really learning, but you also had kind of a bit more of a talk with Absinthoss, with Madeline. Um, you learned about the ship, your guys' ship that you sent out to Galaran is kind of anchored a bit off harbor since the actual harbor is currently encased in ice. From what is best Karst can tell you. Or, yeah. And, yeah, the villagers, after, kind of a crazy night that they survived, after hearing that their town was saved, threw you guys a party that lasted well into the night, complete with alcoholic cheese and all sorts of other festivities. And I think, as has become tradition now, I guess, I think Andros, or not Andros, Absinthoss and Evian spent the night in the cellar again.
I think that's how we ended there, I believe. But I don't think we spent the night. I think we went back up or something.
Okay. Well, as to each of you that fell asleep in one way or another, either through your own volition or through the drunken stupor of having far too much cheese and or other such imbibements, morning finally comes, finding most of you groggy and lightheaded. However, it feels as though a lot of that mist in this area is lightened up a little bit. It's still ever present, but that oppressive feeling that once was there has lifted. And as you groggily shake off sleep,
Sheep.
shake off the sheep. I mean, if you're drunk enough, maybe you're shaking one of the sheep. As you shake off off sleep and meander down, making your way towards to the central area of the inn, the peaceful morning is interrupted by the sound of a woman crying out and seemingly screaming from outside the city gates.
Uh-oh.
From a distance, you can just hear her yelling, "Help me! Help me!"
Right off the bat, huh? Okay.
Is that north or southwest gate?
The northern gate.
Well, trusty new magical axe that I've attuned to. I have no idea what it does. And tow and shield. The Dan's gonna hop on Shinari and also
Temporary
go.
new magical axe.
What?
Nothing. Just pointing out something. The axe is on loan. It only gets another halberd.
Alton will trot out to the.
Okay. You see a lot of the town guard that had been posted there is also standing at the gate, very confused and looking at you as you guys arrive. And you see standing outside the gate is a very panicked, ragged-looking, elderly-looking woman, crying and kind of like pounding her hands against the gate. They've taken my kids. They've taken them. Please, won't anyone help?
So you know
Yeah.
what's coming from the paladin, right?
Divine sense.
I can't.
Ma'am, who's taking your kids? Who?
She sniffles as she hears someone finally responding and stares kind of tries to like look through the wall. Bandits. They accosted us on the road.
Oh no. How far away?
She points back. No. They ambushed us at a mile back.
Okay. Well, come inside. Come inside the town. Let's get you safe. Were you traveling with anyone else besides your kids? And how many kids? And what were their ages? And tell me everything.
Trust me, I'm an officer.
I'm surprised she got here so fast. Within
I
a
would like to
mile.
impersonate an officer of the law if I could.
This is business as usual.
This-
Like, oh, thank
this-
God, something normal.
This charisma of 20's got to be good for something.
With your recommendation, the guards standing post there, a bit warily, but they open up the gate and let this woman in.
It's an old woman. Jeez,
I know
guys,
I
come on.
should've-
Or wait a minute. How old does she look?
Is she grandma old?
No, not grandma old. Like, I'd say like 40s, mid 40s is what she kind of looks like.
So her
Like,
kids.
she's old enough to be a good mother, but not like
Yeah.
elderly, and she's not like a young mother either.
All right.
Which is kind of the, but she comes in. You can tell that her breathing is ragged. You can tell that she's just worn. She looks like she hasn't slept. Her eyes have giant bags underneath them, and she almost collapses into your arm, Alton, as she comes through the gate. Exhaustion has definitely gotten the best of her.
Okay.
They
I
took
will help her.
them. We had the refugees from Galleran. They killed some and took others, I think, but they took kids. They said if I wanted to see them again, I'm supposed to send someone else in their place.
Send someone. Send to who?
She breathes heavily for a bit, and you see her a bit of almost as she kind of remembers something, and in a panic you see her fumbling about within the folds of her gown and pulls out a piece of paper, parchment, and she unfurls it and hands it to you, and you see a very oddly detailed drawing of Evian on it, with the crude words marked "Wanted" written across the top.
Oh, okay. I'm keeping this to myself.
Is it a? Wait a second. I'm next to you, aren't I? Or are you like shepherding her over to the side?
I mean,
Alton?
yeah, I'm trying to find a place to set her down somewhere. I guess, like in this house over here or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, at this conversation going on, they've brought you like a bay of hay.
Bale of hay.
Fail.
Bale of hail.
One of
We'll
those
get
two.
through this. We'll get through
We'll get through
Just
this, I
Power
swear.
through.
It's okay, Salty. At least it's not as bad as mine, so we'll continue.
We've just started. Don't worry. There's plenty more for me to fuck up. A bale of hay.
So the obligatory is anything good, evil, celestial, infernal within 60 feet, potentially following this lady, or is
From as best you can, I mean, the aura of like light, good clings to her. She's not like a celestial being or some paladin kind of thing, but she's giving off, a very good natured alignment.
Okay. Does the
Okay.
thing that she gave me just have a picture of Evian and say wanted, or is there anything else
Yes,
on
it says, yeah, it's a very oddly detailed picture of Evian, but offset by a very crudely, crudely drawn wanted written at the top of it.
I wonder how they described me or just drawn me. So that's okay.
They never get the nose right.
I'm assuming it looks like your PFP.
With antlers or without antlers?
Good point.
Without.
Oh, an old picture.
They don't know who I look like.
Well, this is Halloween.
Put on
Maybe
a
they'll
silly
recognize
mustache,
you
and
as
all of a
some
sudden Evian is
antlers.
completely invisible to everything.
Well, your mustache and glasses. Completely unknown.
Spook
We'll
factor
change your
starting off right.
hair and your antlers, and we'll be fine.
He just puts a
Anyway.
scarf over her face. There we go.
Okay, ma'am. What's your name, if I might ask? Yeah.
Don't say Becky.
Oh, sorry. No.
And she turns into a hobgoblin.
My name's Millie.
Millie. Okay. And what are your kids' names?
Tom and Ida.
Tom and Ida. Okay. What we got? Millie. Kids are Tom and IDA or EDA?
EDA.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Never mind. I'm sorry. Okay. Were you traveling with others? I think you said you were traveling with a few.
Some other refugees. Didn't know any of them. They were just on the road with us. You know, we thought maybe safety in numbers, but
And
it didn't stop these madmen.
Were you fleeing from Galaran?
Yes.
I don't want to take your memory back there if it's too much for you right now, but I would like to hear what you've seen of Galaran.
We left early. We heard things were coming. We heard there was fighting at the walls. We left early. We headed west. We thought maybe we could get to my relatives, but we were stopped on the way, so we turned south with another band of refugees we met up with and came south down this way.
Okay. About how many bandits would you say there were?
The ones that accosted us, 6 or 7, and they were more in waiting, or at least that's what they said. We heard crossbows.
Very good, Millie. Very good. Sorry this happened to you, but the people in this town are good people, and we'll return if we find any evidence or if we manage to rescue your kids.
Oh, please. They haven't done anything wrong. I've just wanted to get them out of Galaran in someplace safe.
All right. It's comforting. They're there. Pat. Andros, do you have anything to add?
Right, what's going on?
This nice
Sorry, I
lady
slept
here.
in a little late.
Yeah, this nice lady here was with a band of refugees from Galaran and got ambushed by bandits.
Bandits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we knew they were on the road.
Right.
Do you know how long, how far back was it? Mile, couple miles? How long?
About a
have you been
mile,
running?
she says.
Okay.
About a mile from what I can remember.
It looks like
stopped
she's been
running
running
since
for
then.
a while. Yeah. So it might be a little more than that, but
Well, we all hear from the Guild of Heroes adventuring group, so I figure we can assist. Come on, yo. You awake enough? Let's go chase some bandits.
Thank
Don't
you.
all speak at once. Oh. Seriously, are you awake yet?
Yes, we
Sorry,
are
Millie.
awake.
Sorry, we're usually a little bit more organized than this, I promise.
Evan, she looks at you with a bit of mixed, like, curiosity for a minute, but that moment soon fades as she almost kind of keels over from exhaustion.
Oh, okay. I'll try and usher her over to something like a hay bale or whatever. I don't know.
I will have Evian will arch a brow at that, but take it as like, okay, exhaustion. You must have run quite a long time to get to us.
Was it
Wasn't
apparent?
there?
Sorry.
Hmm?
Go.
Wasn't
Go.
there a town between here and Galrun?
Bunch of towns between here and Garon, yeah.
Hmm.
It's not a short journey, it's at least a few days' ride. Walker will take us longer.
And if it is bandits, and then she did say that she ran somewhere for a mile, but seeing those dark eyes, I think obviously, yes, she may have. I don't know. I wonder if she was followed. Did anyone check outside the gate?
Nope.
As you say this, the guards kind of get a little jumpy and immediately start like peering through peering over the wall to see if they see anything. But in short time, they kind of not like shake their heads and look back, and we don't see nothing.
Hmm.
Right.
Let my elf eye see.
Must have been the wind.
Salty, was it apparent that Millie recognized Evian, or was it kind of more of a passing thing before she fell over?
It wasn't necessarily apparent that she, like, to anyone else that she recognized. It looked more like kind of like surprise.
Got it.
So you can take that as you will, but not necessarily like, I don't know if you take that as recognition so much as maybe she was startled at the sight of her, or maybe she did recognize her, but she did seem to kind of eyes grow wide for a minute looking at her.
Right.
But that kind of took its toll on her, and that's
Well, everyone got their boots all laced up. We got running to do.
Evian.
Oh, we have horse. Yes.
Let me talk to you for a second. I just want to show you something. He takes out the piece of paper. Kind of. Alton doesn't want to show the rest of the group. He wants to kind of show you.
Mm-hmm.
She
gets
this,
closer.
Yeah, she had this on her. Looks like a picture of you.
Me. And she takes it and then she scrolls it and looks at it. Kind of quite complex and confused, but notices that the antlers are missing. Well, this is quite startling. Granted, this is a picture with me. I mean, they have quite a lot of detail on me, so the only thing is that I haven't really been in town much. So the question is, And she goes quiet for a second. Well, like I mentioned before, if the bandits are in cahoots with the Fae, this is quite troubling. Did she say anything else?
She said one other thing, and I can't remember what she said, Salty. It was like they gave that to her and said they should send. What did she say?
send someone in their place. And
Hostage
he gave
swap.
and gave her that note.
And so let me get this straight. They gave her Millie this note and then let her go?
Mm-hmm.
And she came here and the message was send someone in Millie's place?
No, in place of the kid. If she wanted to see her kids again, send someone in place of the kid for the kids. Like basically trade.
Oh, okay. And I
Was
relay
kind of-
that to the group.
And that's where he handed the paper to her with that wanted poster of sorts, I guess.
Seems like they know who you are. have any idea who these bandits might be, that they know you?
Not that I know of. Like I mentioned last night, is that when I was talking with the Dryad, that the Fae were looking for me, and they may have attachment to some bandits. And from what we've learned prior to all of us journeying together, there was the mission that, oh, what's his name? And she like snapping her fingers, trying to recall. Oh, when we all first started at the Company of Heroes, and there was little ledgers, but one of them recalled there be some bandit adventurers taking care of them. But I don't know if it's the same bandits, but
Why would they know you?
either that I don't know.
Who did
I
you
really
used to
don't
run
know.
with before we met you?
I was with the Shadowthorn, but I haven't been with them for quite some time because they've all been wiped out for 40 years.
Hmm.
I've been pretty much a lone poacher and a hunter, and I barely came into the town, just mostly fending for myself, really, and going, before I started taking up a new name. Well, not a new name, but a new purpose to serve the Company of Heroes.
Arches an eyebrow. Keep your secrets then.
I just told you everything, Alton.
Hmm. Trustworthy. Okay.
Right, you two done whispering over there? Got anything you care to share with the rest of us?
If Evian wants to show you.
She basically unfurls the paper and just holds it up in front of her.
Thing to show on the road, or oh, okay then.
So you got what, a portrait done of you at some point?
For fuck's sakes, Andros.
What? You're showing me a picture. Where is this? Is this from Millie?
This
You've been
is from
whispering
Millie.
over there.
Yes,
Right.
it's been from Millie. Okay.
The big old wanted word on the top of it, if I remember correct.
She basically just gives the information that Alton just gave to her and rehearses it to all of you.
Again, all of this has not been shared, so
Yeah.
She is now sharing.
Is the handwriting dwarvish?
I mean, it's
She
not
looks at
written
it.
in Dwarven. It is written in Common and very poorly at that.
Okay.
Whether or not it was written by a drunk dwarf or a, poorly trained human, who knows? But it's not written in Dwarven.
Well, all in all, there are some bandits that we are aware of. It could be the same bandits that the Fae are looking for me, or it may be a different type of bandits that we may have had a prior engagement with from when we first started the Company of Heroes. Who knows? Either way, they want me. What Alton told me is in exchange for me for the kids.
right. Great. The coincidence is not lost on me. So let's go.
Yes, let's go. Don't we have horses? Might be
No, we
fast to
got here
travel.
on a boat.
Well, I know if we're in a village, we could ask the townspeople if we can borrow their horses for the travels.
I know
Wait,
that
is there
Marani
quicker?
has claimed side saddle next to Zidane. So
I'd rather not. They use them for their farming and crops. We'd be taking their livelihood. Come on, we can run.
They also don't have horses.
Yeah, they probably
There
have
we go.
mules and oxen and
Any-
such.
Well, no, mostly anything that was
Oh, you're
alive
right.
for most of them were kind of turned into zombies.
That's right.
The only ones that really survived were, the goat, because it has plot armor.
Plot udders.
Plot
Oh,
But all the other
All right,
creatures
but-
basically were hunted, and anything that would have lived potentially was would have likely been slaughtered during the onslaught.
Right,
Well,
Evian, you might
yeah.
want to either throw a hood up if you don't want them to notice you and us to sneak up on them, or if you want to be recognized, you can take lead. Let's go. Come on.
what about Millie? Are we going to keep her here?
Shh.
The townsfolk
Laurie,
will
you
probably
mind
take care
watching
of
her?
Aye, we can watch her.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Come on. And Andros starts jogging out of the city.
Yeah.
Of the town.
What? Oh, okay. Guess this is happening now.
I just realized, does anyone have a spare cloak?
I was going to say there is a third option. As I realized I hadn't prepared the spell.
No,
This.
absolutely not. We are going.
Not now, Absent.
I mean, it's an at-will invocation of
I
using
don't
disguise
care.
self.
Well,
Then you can do it on the run. Let's
Yes,
On the
we will do
run.
it on the run.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. As you follow the road north, are you doing anything like special on your march there? Or are you just kind of jogging? Or are you doing any kind of lookout or whatnot? Like, what's the kind of
I
general?
will do perception checks as I'm running, if that's okay.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead and everyone give me perception checks then. If you're all, I imagine most, if not all of you,
I
are.
would like to help someone because my perception is balls.
Ooh, that's really good.
I would also like to help Evian instead of rolling my own perception check.
Oh, thank you.
So I guess I'll help Marani.
Yeah, I'm riding with you. That makes sense.
I got 11 and a 12.
I am so glad you helped me.
Yeah, that would do it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Oh, yeah, I can math.
Can you though?
Sometimes.
What do I get for running late and not having a chance to warm my dice up?
Just throw them in the microwave. They'll be fine.
That seems safe. His are metal.
Even better.
Could possibly go wrong.
You might get some better
You'll
rolls with
charge
your
them as
speed
free
check.
electrons.
Okay, so let's see what we got. Andros rolled 8, Thamor an 11, Evian 22, Morani 19. Alton, are you assisting Thamor or are you rolling your own perception?
I rolled.
Oh,
mine.
they're 19, sorry. I didn't see that sandwiched in between the others. Okay. So, as you guys are walking along the trail, getting further and further away from Tilbrook, I'd say almost about 2 hours out from Tilbrook. For a decent, you're far enough. The village has disappeared from sight behind you, obscured now by the mist, and you're out on this open road.
Certainly farther than a mile, then. If it's 2 hours
Yes.
out.
But at this point, Alton, Evian, and Morani, you start seeing a few shifting shapes amongst the brushes around you. But more noticeably, there is a figure that's a bit tall and standing kind of odd. Standing straight and tall, but he seems to be slightly limping to one side and his head cocked to the other, from what you can tell, of a shape out in the mist ahead of you.
How far away?
Say with those perception rolls, you are able to catch catch sight of him with the mist. You're about 100 feet out.
I would slow down my sprinting and jog and just
And the other,
stop moving.
sorry, the other thing you do notice, one other detail for those that rolled high enough, one eye seems to be glowing very brightly.
Oh, hide. I'm hiding.
Oh yeah, everybody scatter.
Does anybody else see that?
Now
Yes,
you
and it's a good
point
idea. She's gonna go. Evian's gonna immediately just take Absinthoth and hide into the nearest tree behind it.
Tell Absinthoth not to try to communicate with it in its mind. God damn it.
Sorry.
I know he wants to. I know it.
You wanna do
Mute
some voice?
myself.
Paladin wants to divine sense.
I was gonna. You know, if there was ever a time for it, it's probably now.
Oh my
You said 100
yeah.
feet.
Oh, ow.
So where are we entering from?
From
Salty?
the southern end.
Okay, I am going to be near a tree if I can.
Can you guys drag? Yeah, you can.
Well, Shinari.
I'm pretty sure there's a way you can fix that.
There is.
He's going to be the one that would have to do it, though.
Hmm.
Oh no. Shinari has the real stealth. Wait, she looks like a plant, right? She has advantage in hiding among plants.
Thaymor's just out in the open. Hey, how are ya?
Thaymor hasn't noticed
Needs
this thing
not
yet, so
hide.
No.
Yeah, Thaymor hasn't noticed it. Thaymor's kind of.
I said I was walking near him, so I grabbed his. If he's wearing a shirt, I grabbed the back of
Yeah,
his
I
shirt
thought-
and
I
tried to
thought
pull
we-
on him.
We thought if we let everyone know. That's why Andros pulled away, too.
No, fair enough.
okay, guys, what's the plan here?
Is it?
Well, we could stare at it from
Does it
here.
look like it sees us?
Maybe did it spot us?
You can't really tell. It just seems to be standing there, looking at your general direction, but hasn't made any noise or anything
If we
yet.
just went around it. Way around, like a half a mile away.
Or we can exploit this opportunity.
Absent thoughts? No. Whatever you're about to say, the answer is no.
You mean put it into a trap?
I think this is the trap for us.
We could just
What if
walk
we-
up to it.
But we can make it a trap for him.
But we don't even know that it's the enemy.
I don't necessarily think that we should provoke it right out of the gate. I mean, it looks creepy, but it hasn't made any aggressive moves yet, and I don't think that we should be the ones to start.
Salty, you also
Can you
said there
put your
were other
guidance on me
things?
and I'll just walk
Yes.
up to it and chat?
You notice there are kind of like dark shapes seemingly rustling in the bushes. You can't really make out what they are.
This is pretty obviously a trap, guys.
Well,
I would like to actually. I'm assuming that we wish to remain unseen right now. Is that a fair assumption to make?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
Let's sneak around. Maybe.
So if you want to be in shadow, you have to be within 30 feet of me. Just FYI.
Measuring tool.
Yeah, the thing seems to be sitting. Oh, I said 100 feet, so to be at the end of this clearing, I believe. Let me double check and see if I actually got the measurement correct. Oh, he'd be all the way at the end of that. I did not get that correct. So he would, would be all the way at the end,
Just off the map.
just off the map. So
Yeah.
roughly that 100.
That's fine.
I remember
Could-
this.
we could
Sparkles.
Just take the long way. Just the really long way. Just not do this. Unless,
So, were we looking for the bandits or not?
but these don't look
Thought
like
those-
bandits. This looks supernatural.
Well,
Right?
Let me try something. I'm gonna try something.
Shit.
Ayla said she's got.
Are you
Fae
saying that they're
after her.
trying to bring you back? What if they just grab you?
Uh oh.
We'll just have to see. I was going to say, can I stealth check to see if I can go around these trees?
If you,
Kind of go.
I mean, if you move out of range of me, then you'll lose your bonus. But
Well, that's fine, I guess. she's just testing this, so she wanted to see if, like, if she were to move, if the figure is keeping an eye on her or the whole group.
Let me see if I can make this easier. Hold on.
Just set an aura, and then Salty will have to make it so everyone can see it.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Give me just a second. Can you make my aura visible, Salty?
Let's see. There it is, aura. How large is it? Radius?
It's a 30 foot by 30 foot. I made
Square
a
or
30
circle?
foot by square. No, I'm sorry.
It's technically a circle, but it's
I'm sorry. I'll fix
circles
it.
are squares.
I mean, I'm gonna throw. I
I
threw
mean,
it on.
I made one, but
Don't worry, I just threw it on.
did you put it on Frey?
I put it on Frey. Just put... Frey is. Oh. Roll 20, please. How do I make it? There you go. Player permission. C.
Yeah, there you go. Because I made one.
Yeah, I noticed. I just clicked on Frey and I was confused as why I didn't see that sitting there. Because I thought Frey was. Or assumed Frey was. Alright.
So may I do a stealth check to see if I can move through the trees?
Yep. Which way are you going?
I am going to that way.
Go and roll a stealth check.
Does she get the +10 since she's starting in the aura, or?
I'll
No,
give
not
I'll give
because
you
the
bardic
place-
inspiration too. Quietly.
Okay, well, thank you.
Yeah, sure.
And then his bardic inspiration is what? Is that
Yeah,
what?
D8.
it's
D8.
D8 right now.
Okay, 16. So she's gonna move, like to the next tree over, going as quietly as she can. But she's keeping and see if the movement of the figure up ahead is keeping an eye on her or the rest of them.
Okay. Nope, it doesn't seem to move, other than just kind of shifting slightly and like almost from foot to foot. Its head kind of cocked now to the other side.
Evian takes a moment and looks back at the group before sighing heavily. And then she just raises her hands up before walking towards the middle. Who are you?
Hogoza! Wait. And you see this figure like stand up straight and then head tilt again, and it starts kind of clanking towards you as though it's wearing. It sounds like it's almost wearing cans, like tagged onto it as it walks up to you. And as it approaches closer and closer, you notice that this is a large, lanky, humanoid figure carrying a large greatsword, covered in just scraps of random armor tied together, and a bucket sitting upon its head. And as it gets closer, you can see that one eye is cut out where he can see you, and the other eye seems to have a magically glowing stone that glows bright blue. Why? If it ain't, surely it can't, but it is.
Do you know who I
Boys.
am?
The guest of honor is here! And you hear rustling amidst the trees as followed by the sound of cheering. As several bandits seem to just kind of come out of the trees and bushes, all dressed in various manners of odd-colored garments sewn together at various angles and patches. And you assume they may have been brightly colored once, but now just look really dirty. But they all seem to be cheering and happy. Even the thing in front of you is, it's crying.
She really is cocking a brow at the reaction and looking at the cheering. Like, was not expecting this, but she looks at the person in front of her, or the figure. So you know who I am, but I have yet to know who you are. But I am here, and I have.
He bangs on his helmet. Where are my manners? I'm Bilford, the One-Eyed, formerly the Bandit King. But with you here, that's all gonna change. You're gonna be the one to save us. You're the one they want, right?
What do you mean you need to be saved?
You'll know in time. You're gonna come with us, right? I'd really hate to do this by force. But if we have to,
Eventually,
and you see him kind of motion kind of awkwardly to the other bandits, as more seem to kind of pop out of the further and further down.
Listen, Bilford. I'll go with you, but in exchange, you need to let the rest of them go.
Yeah. You'll do that. They're waiting for you. But I gotta bring you first, and your friends are also invited. In fact, it was requested they all should come too.
By whom?
And he kind of looks around nervously before leaning in quickly and very close to you. You know, the ones, the dark ones, the oohs and the ahs. Those ones.
She shakes her head a little confused. I do not know what you speak of.
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you know them or not. The thing is, they know you, and they want you, and once you hear, I'll be free. Okay, so just call your pals over, and we'll take you right away.
Very well, Bilford. Just give me one moment, if you don't mind. And please tell your friends to lower the weapons.
Until you're back with us in the camp, I'm afraid I can't do that. I can't have you running. Not after all this. We
I
suffered
promise
too
you
much.
I am not going to run. But you do need to tell me, once I gather my friends, what exactly is going on.
They'll explain everything. Don't worry. They told me as such. They would explain everything once you got.
May I do an insight check?
Go for it.
All right.
What are you trying to discern?
I am trying to discern if he's actually telling, like, if they actually do lower their weapons, if she is, Evian and the rest of the group is going forward, if there is actually a hint of something else, like he has something else scheming.
Okay.
Okay, let's hope this goes well. No.
As best you can tell, he seems genuinely relieved at your presence. He's a little bit worried that you're gonna decide to run on him, and then he's gonna have to make that choice. You can just get that that feeling of worry. He's the relief of someone who's been waiting for something for so long is finally here, and he's afraid it's gonna slip out of his grasp. He will do everything to make sure you come with him.
Okay. She'll just, still with her hands raised, kind of brings up her fingers to her lips and then just whistles very loudly before looking over her shoulder and just waving her fingers as if beckoning the others to come forward.
Is she serious?
Andros will kind of eyes wide with disbelief, shakes his head. Right.
if this ends up solving this without bloodshed, what's the harm?
Oh, so much for the stealthy approach. Let's go.
Right, so you're Bilford.
Yeah. Yeah.
You do realise there's quite a bounty on your head. What's
Yep. I'm
stopping us
pretty
from just taking
pretty
you?
proud of that one. I'm pretty proud of that one, but that's the Bilford of the past. The Bilford of right now um has a different plan. Well, not plan, more like a task. Um so if you all just come with me and make this all go back to normal, I'd be happy to fight you a different day and settle the whole dispute over the law and the bounty on my head and all that, like proper bandits versus heroes nonsense. But right now I got a bit more of a pressing concern.
Slow your roll there, Bilford. I think that before we do anything else, you need to be a little bit more forthcoming with us. What exactly do you want us to do?
It's not like a bandit king to be terrified out of his britches.
Well, I can only say so much. They are watching. They are always watching. They've told me and my crew to bring her and your friends back to the camp. And there, everything would be explained. They would leave me alone, and I could go back to the simple life of banditry. Just such an easy step, right? Such an easy step. It should have been so easy again. So long.
Okay, can you at least tell us who they are?
The, the, mm, the, the dark ones, the ooh, and the flare,
I'm going to do telepathic speech to Marani
Hmm.
first.
Okay.
And then ask Marani, do you suppose they would be unable to detect telepathic speech?
How do you expect that I would know that?
I'm hazarding a guess. In your
What?
humble opinion,
Well, even if they could, what purpose would that serve?
well, I'm thinking if they can't, you might be able to ask the actual question. Or we can go in blind.
I don't think that we should go in blind. That's why I'm trying to ask. But
He's being watched under conventional circumstances. Very few can really intercept telepathic speech. Do you think he'll be more spooked out by your eye thing or me just suddenly appearing in his head?
I mean, either way, I think that if he suddenly hears someone speaking in his head, he'll be spooked out anyway.
A fair point. Well, we're at an impasse. We either take the limited information we have and trust him, or try to ask in a completely different manner that should circumvent, but might spook him.
Andros elbows Evian. Dark ones? That sound like your crew that you talked about last night?
I have no idea.
That's really helpful. See,
Andros,
just gives you a smile.
as much as I want to give you the answer, I really don't know the answer myself. I am just learning as I go as well.
Right.
And she gives a very tight squeeze on her nose. All right, Pilford, just lead us the way.
Yeah, it's walk and talk, eh?
You see him just visible relief come over him, even though you can only see one eye. All right. Okay. All right, men. Round up and let's go home. And he starts sauntering forward with the rest of the bandits in tow. And as they all start to kind of crowd around you, you notice there's around 13 of them surrounding you at this point. But none of them seem to have any hostile intent. In fact, they all share that visible relief. Though, again, oddly dressed and garbed.
Andros will sidle up next to Bilford and place a hand on his shoulder, give him a smile. Right, it's hoping to get you scared. Listen, just between you and me,
How about we walk and talk, eh? Tell me what's really going on. And I'm gonna subtle cast suggestion on him.
10 feet.
Okay.
And subtle, so there is no tell that
Yes, does have
anything's
advantage against it. For the... doesn't matter
that
though.
is a fail.
Still a fail, even with the advantage against it. Okay.
So yeah, Andros is just gonna be walking next to him and being real amicable, just trying to find out what more he knows. And that was the command, is tell me what's really
As
going on.
you cast this spell, kind of like putting your suggestion over him, you notice a bit of a flare up from the glimmering stone in the set in the bucket. But it seems to fizzle away as your spell pierces through. I don't know. They came a while back. They promised us good pickings.
Oh, wait. Who's they? Can you describe them? Can you tell us the names?
Weird looking man. Creepy looking mask. Pointed ears. And we thought he was a rich folk for the Robins, but struck us all down and showed us things.
Really?
Told us he'd kill us all if we didn't listen to him, and I didn't have much choice. You see, I don't do well with them magic types, but we struck a deal, and he just handed me that piece of paper, many copies of it, and said, "Bring me her. She is a most important member that I need, and if you bring her to us, we'll set you go. We will make you Bandit King yet again, and all will be good, and you will have your peace." That's what he said.
Interesting. And it's just him then, or has he got a whole bunch of
I
other
don't know.
pointy?
I only met him, but you can hear the whisperings. I don't know if it's him or his demons or whatever else he's got.
It's all right. We've dealt with worse. Trust me. You're with us. You're safe. In fact, I bet all us here wouldn't even be a problem. We could get rid of them. You could go back to, banditry. I mean, we'd have to take you in, but we could see you turn a new leaf, right? We could work together.
Yeah, I think you understand, but it's all good. Yeah, that'll be what happens. Yeah.
We'll have a nice chat with them. Things will get sorted. There's nothing to be feared of here. We're on your side, right?
Yeah, sure. On my side. Yeah, just keep walking. Yeah, just keep. And he kind of pulls away from you and just starts walking a bit faster ahead. And as he's walking, you see him constantly just banging, like slamming his fist against the side of the pail he has on his head.
Andros looks back at Marani and just touches his forehead with kind of a reluctant roll of his eyes. And keeps walking.
Anyone else doing anything on the walk over?
I will try to trail at distance to be stealthy.
What's the condition of their equipment?
So he's wearing basically the equivalent of just patched up armor, like whatever metal scraps of armor he could seemingly find and tie together to turn into a very clanky looking suit of armor, and the bucket on his head. The rest of them are not really armor. They're wearing odd patchwork clothing of what used to be probably bright fabrics, patched in various assortments and arrays. But they are all armed with various assortment of spears and axes and clubs.
Oh, bandits. It seemed quite... Well... You would think if they're being called bandit kings, they would have much more better armor.
rings untrue about this. Ronnie points to his forehead again.
So, I'm gonna kind of walk up alongside of oh, I've forgotten his name already. Bilford.
Yep.
Bill, and I'm gonna mind link with him.
What is that? How's that working?
70 or 60?
So,
You are not able to make the connection.
really?
Mm-hmm.
Is there some kind of check that I could make to try to figure out why?
Go ahead and roll me an Arcana.
Oh, good. My favorite.
Did everyone hear Andrew's conversation with Bilford?
I mean, I was thinking that I was right there
I
beside you.
imagine
So.
anyone who was close enough to you guys walking, if you weren't
Sure.
like trailing real far behind or anything, would have picked up on it. I
Yep.
mean, ultimately, if you're trailing far behind as well, I mean, the other bandits are going to keep pushing you forward.
What?
My Arcana was 15 plus 1, 16.
Sorry, I think, did
We're
you say also you were
surrounded
trying
by-
to fall behind, or?
I never came out of the brush.
He never joined us.
Like,
Yeah.
I was trying to get the rest of the party to leave me behind so that, like, the bandits and the rest of the people in the other bushes didn't know I was there, and I was going to wait for everybody to leave and then trail the whole group.
Oh, I mean, you had bandits surrounding you entirely. Like, they had a ring around you.
Okay. All right, fine. I'm with the group.
Sorry.
then.
Well, more so, they probably didn't see you, but they may have very well bumped into you, unless you want to roll that out, but they may have bumped
So
into
they
you
were
since they were.
behind us when we were walking?
Yep.
And we didn't notice that on a 19 or greater.
They weren't behind you when you were walking, they slid behind you once you stopped.
And he did say in the
Probably in the time that Evian was chatting.
Hints
he did say
out
in
of
the-
context
in the-
to assuage the fear that this is all me trying to. They have clairvoyance up. They have known your walking pattern the entire time.
Okay. Well,
it was tagged to a very specific person.
He'll get found out then. Elton wanted to try and do that whole thing, but yeah, if that doesn't work, then somebody comes and finds him, then he'll act that out.
So what do I get with my Arcana check, Salty?
What did you roll? 16?
16.
You're not quite sure why, but you do know that it has something to do with either the helmet that bucket he's wearing or the stones set in the eye, in that eye, like where the eye would be.
Okay. Well,
Seems as though it's seemingly keeping out intrusive thoughts and potentially looking in.
okay. In that case, I'll mind link with absent thoughts instead. And I can still mind link with him, right? It's just
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I think that I just managed to answer your inquiry. It seems that I am incapable of forming a telepathic link with him.
Cock his head just a little bit, but try and make itself not obvious. Thinking from Ronnie. You can't.
No, I think that something about that helmet that he's wearing keeps intrusive thoughts out. I'm unfamiliar with the magic, but I was unable to make the connection at all.
Does Bilford have any like exposed skin, or is he full up in makeshift armor?
I mean, there's not necessarily anything exposed intentionally, but I mean, again, this armor isn't particularly the most protective of armors. So yeah, there's bits of ragged pieces or like parts where there isn't metal, maybe just cloth covering it. This is about as much, like I said, it's just scrap metal strung together in a very haphazard way to resemble.
Would the helmet be in that same haphazard method, or does the helmet look?
The helmet's straight up bucket with a hole carved out for an eye that he can see out of, and the other hole, like spot where it would be, assume another eye, is a stone that is glowing bright blue.
could I make an Arcana check, particularly about the stone? Because stones normally don't glow bright blue. That seems magical to me.
You could try, but without being able to fully investigate, it would be difficult. But you could try.
Okay, we'll try. 13.
Yeah, not much other than you probably. I mean, you know it's magical in some form or fashion, and based on the info you're getting from Ronnie, likely has something to do in the realm of either blocking or interfering with any form of telepathy or mind link or any form of getting into this thing, like magical resistance to his thoughts, as best as you can gauge.
Andros continues walking with Bilford. You know, as he kind of walked away, Andros will keep up with him and just keep talking small talk, trying to glean more information, see if he can glean the guy's name, if he ever heard the guy's name. That's mostly what he's trying to go for, to have more information about this guy, this
He's
dark
definitely
Bilford.
very dodgy, but he doesn't seem to know the name.
Sure.
From what you can gather, even though he's dodging the question a lot, he never seems to ever actually give any indication that he even knows the name.
Right. And I mean, he's under suggestion for the next 8 hours until my concentration ends, so.
No, I'm just saying, that's why I'm saying he dodges it because he doesn't know.
Yep.
And then Alton.
May I try to do a history check? I know it's like far out there, but to see
over
this masked guy or something. I don't know if he gives a brief detail on what he looked like, but overhearing.
There would be no period in history you would know this character.
Never mind then.
Unfortunately, he's not a character that would appear in like a history book essentially, or any knowledge of your past, of current.
Okay.
But yeah, Alton, if you're trying to hide, like I said, the bandits that kind of swung back around, eventually a few of them will bump into you. Startled, obviously, that there was another, but they prod you. Come on, then. We gotta go. Boss gave the order.
Interesting. Is there just one?
One bumped into you, but at that commotion, more have stopped and have turned and are kind of coming back.
All right, fine. All right, I'll join the group.
Not to try to railroad, but at the same time, I really don't need people running off. Unless you don't want to be a part of this adventure, then you can wander off into the wilderness. I have no idea how that's going to pan out, but there's a little bit of a railroad I have to do to make sure it's not just a people disappear into the night scenario.
I'm not going to do that. That's fine.
Once we get the thing in motion, I can the reins will be let loose, and I don't know what's going to happen.
I just want to get one more thing in edgewise, if I can.
Sure.
Before we move on, I'm gonna move my mind link over to Andros real quick. Andros, you seem to have some kind of rapport with him. Do you think that you might be able to figure out what this mysterious masked man wants with Evian?
Oh, can I ask you? I would assume it has something to do with those fake calls she was talking about last night, but
Could be, but if we could get anything more concrete, it might help us figure out what it is we're dealing with.
sure, I'll keep talking. It's what I do best.
Truer words were never spoken.
You got it, Dole. Just keep your eyes peeled all around us.
Don't have to worry about that, trust me.
Wait, Bilford.
Yeah.
Quick question for you. Look, again, trust me, I want the best for you. We are working together here, because this guy seems like a little bit of trouble. Did he say what he wants with the horned lass?
No, just that she was the guest of honor and a very important person. That's who we wanted.
Guest of honor for what? Did he say? Were we having a banquet or something?
I don't know. You can take it up with him when you get there. Yeah.
Sometimes it's really nice to know what you're walking into, so you know the kind of demeanor and propriety to have. It's important.
But I don't know.
Listen, I get it. All right. Sorry, I'm pushing. I'm feeling out of my depth, you know. Almost sailor. Yeah, your sailors, bandits, we're pretty similar. Yeah? We live by the skin of our teeth. We live off the land. It's what we do. So I'm just trying to make sure that if we're going to be in this together, I've got all the information that we need, right?
Honestly, friend, that's not really my problem. My goal, my orders were to bring her and her friends to him, and then I get my life back.
Seem okay. No, you seem frightened. Did he do something to you or your men that's got you all spooked?
He threatened to kill us all.
Oh, come on, you're bandits. You get threatened to be killed every day. You're living outside the law.
You haven't seen his powers. What he can do.
Well, that's
He
what I'm
showed us.
asking. What can he do?
He showed us such terrible things.
Showed you or did?
And as he's saying this, the stone gleams brightly, and you see him like grab at the bucket in pain as he kind of screams a bit.
That doesn't look like it fits right. Listen, can we take that off?
No.
Oh, come on. You see my mug? Let me see yours. Come on. You and me.
His eye, like, he just glares at you with that killer lust that you would come to know from Bandit, but it seems even more so pushed to a point of you're almost like asking someone to kill himself, is the look in his eye.
Nothing? Alright, fine. How about this? When we get close, you take the lead, right? You walk in, you announce that you've got us and everything. Some of mine, maybe we can let some of mine hang a little back. Maybe watch from a little bit of distance, you know? Just in case, he starts pulling something that's going to harm you or your men. We can be there to, counteract
I'm gonna
it,
do
right?
what I'm told.
Oh, right, that's what I'm asking. We're all going together, but it's staggered, Almost like it's a grand entrance into a ballroom. Yeah, you can announce the different parties and we can see the different reactions. It's a little theatre.
Do what I'm told, alright?
We are. I'm on your side. We're trying to work on this together.
No, there's no together. There's what I'm doing. And with that, he strides forward again.
Bites his lip and gives a sidelong glance to Evian and Morani, and just like expression of, well, that might have gone better.
Taymor's literally on the other side of him.
Keeping pace with him, stride for stride.
I'm gonna keep telepathing speech with Marani. So how do you think this trap's gonna play out?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Oh, I was hoping you'd be smarter than me on that one. Well, whatever it is, it'll be interesting.
She looks kind of offended.
As he leads you forward through the fog and he takes you off the beaten trail, for about another 40-ish minutes of walking. I mean, through all this, you're having your conversations and all this, but about 40 minutes of walking, you come across what you assume to be the bandits' stronghold or fort. And it's got the standard long walls, kind of pikes set upon it. But oddly enough, it's painted in various colors and various designs. An odd shack seems to be built out front of the gate as well, with a broken sign that simply just says tickets written poorly across it. As he leads you forward, pushes open the gates, inside you see just a wide collection of tents. Again, that same bright color fabric that was used in them, though faded now, seems to make most of these tents up. And from behind several of these, you can see more faces poking out from beneath the flaps of these tents. And as he ushers you forward, more of these inhabitants kind of follow behind you, all wearing those same odd garb of colors, looking very expectantly, very happy. And he leads you to his tent in the back, a larger, again, colorful tent. And as he opens the flap and brings you inside this small, dark tent, there's a single brazier in the center with a flickering purple flame. Though it doesn't seem to give off much light or heat, it seems soothing. There's an odd, sweet odor about it. And as he finally has everyone in the tent, you hear Bilford finally let out a cry of relief. I'm done. I'm free. I did it. I did it as you requested. Now, please, please, give me my... Give me my... As the bucket collapses and crushes and strikes.
Oh, splat.
Oh,
Shit! Fuck!
Amidst the cracks and pops, splitting as he hits the ground, the brazier flickers and flares brightly, illuminating the room for a brief moment, before growing dim again, dancing playfully about its brazier. First, there's silence, kind of that musty smell of an old tent. Soon a breeze wafts in, sweet, pleasant smell coming from outside the tent. And in the silence, the slowly growing sound of laughter, chittering and talk, the sound of life coming from outside the tent. Pushing beyond the tent, or opening the flap to the light outside, you step into a large circus ring. The sound of laughter and chatter comes from all the bleachers around you, though not a soul is to be seen, except for the figure taking the center stage. A large, gangly-looking fellow, in foppish, colorful, bright fabrics adorning his person, a large feathered cap sitting upon his head. A terrifying mask, evocative of both joy, but marred with fear. And to top it all off, a large cape that seems to glimmer and shine as it reflects the light shone upon him. You can go ahead and put your characters on. You guys are coming from a pathway from beneath the stage, or from beneath the bleachers. As you all enter this ring, this person, thing, turns to you in its expressionless mask, before raising up its arms. May I have your attention, please? Go ahead and roll me wisdom saving throws.
oh,
Sure, you add a
dice.
+4.
+4.
Don't show me now.
It's +4.
Oh, nice.
And it was
Yeah,
a
that
wisdom?
ain't gonna help.
17 for me.
Teen
Is
for
wisdom,
Andros.
right?
Wisdom.
Right.
The last time.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
Evian's is an 8.
Hmm.
So. DC was 18.
Oh,
So-
sheesh.
Wow.
This, yeah. Crazy.
Oh, I
dodge.
probably should have made a wisdom saving throw, not a wisdom check, but I don't think it's going to help much.
That probably won't help you.
No.
It's the same.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
So for anyone that did not meet the 18, which I think is everyone but Zidane and Morane.
Andros?
I made it.
Oh, and
Andros.
Andros.
Andros had an
Andros
18.
met.
And
Just
Alton.
barely.
Alton also got it. So
Yeah. So
would
Marani,
be-
Andros, and Alton, and
Okay.
Zidane.
everyone else, as he says this with a wild flourish, you see him wave his hand, and a small cage appears in his hand. And you see some glowing little lights bouncing about. Though you can't see beneath the mask, you can tell he's grinning. For those affected, well, he has your attention. You suffer a penalty, a disadvantage on any perception, investigation checks. And any concentration check you make, or any concentration spell you make, you have to make a saving throw at the end of each turn to maintain said concentration.
Ooh, I'm
For you
really
no longer
glad I
have
saved
your
that.
attention.
Ooh.
With that, he tucks the cage away within the folds of his cape. Now that we've gotten this out of the way, welcome, esteemed guests. We have waited so long for your arrival. He looks pointedly at Evian. And you, the one who may one day replace me on this stage, are honored. Oh, what would it be? A princess, maybe, of the Fae? I don't know, but here, you are our honored guest. And he gives a very large, over-exaggerated.
Well, thank you for the grand entrance.
No.
Waiting.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, Jesus. You had to open your mouth.
I love it.
Oh no.
That is a 16.
Ugh.
Your mouth is sealed shut.
Perfect.
Nobody interrupts the ringmaster as he is giving the entry speech. Now, as I was saying, welcome. Outside here, you can enjoy all the attractions your hearts desire. Desire them you must, for there are prizes to be won, and win them you should, for their lives depend on it. Without further ado, I bid you welcome to the greatest show in the Feywilds. But rules. There must be some. Cheating in my fair is allowed. As long as you don't get caught, it is most encouraged. However, that means they'll cheat against you too. Rule 2. Say nothing about Bill's smile. You'll regret it. Rule 3. The main show happens tonight under this very tent. But if you don't have the required tickets to attend, you'll be forced to stay here and become a part of our attractions. And, well, not a rule, but maybe a bit of friendly advice from your ringmaster. When the lights go out, all light flickers and fades away. Just you are. Our security staff is not well known to be gentle with those that it finds. With that, enjoy the carnival. And with that, in a puff of smoke and brilliant flare, he vanishes from the center ring. The enchantment zipping your mouth shut, Andros, becomes undone.
Pork. Pompous dick shit.
I agree. I've never seen quite Fae act like this before.
They're Fae!
How many
What?
Fae have you met before? You talk
Where-
about your dryad.
This is the
Ooh,
story
that's
they tell me
canon.
of Faye.
Well, this is not what I really expected. Sure, there was some kind of test that the Dryad said, but I never imagined something like this.
Well, keep your eyes peeled. This is going to be fun and games, as we said.
So, where
Based on
I
what you
wonder
said, we've
what
got to earn
Zidane
some
is doing.
tickets.
it's within range of the center stage, but I'll go towards the center stage. I do want a divine sense, just
Uh-huh.
out of curiosity.
Blinded by
Okay.
the light.
Go ahead and throw your divine sense out. You sense a wide array of evil throughout this place.
Hmm.
Splash of fiend, a touch of the undead, amidst whatever other chaotic energy seems to be filling this place.
Well, in case anyone was wondering, this is definitely not a happy place.
I'm shocked.
Would you consider what the circus master did to us a magical effect?
F around and find out,
Yeah.
noob.
Technically, but in what context?
In the context of dispel magic.
I was wondering the same thing, actually.
Not in the sense of dispel magic, because it is not a spell.
Okay.
It is,
I'm just boned. Got it.
well, more like innate power of the Fae, and you are in the Feywild.
Fair enough.
Oh no.
So, is the villagers or refugees that Millie described before, are they in these cages down below?
Currently, the cages are empty, though you see splashes of dried blood within them. And Alton, the cannon you see is empty at this time. But you can tell it's been fired often. And you also notice some very disturbing stains around the opening port.
It has the cobalt dragon powder in it. Right?
Basically.
I would also relate to everyone that the presence of undead and infernal, or fiend,
Right, but
might be relevant to, well,
so we're in a dangerous place. Yeah, I got that. We got to get ourselves some tickets to get to this final show.
If that was revealed or not. Overly weird.
now
Alton, what you see? Can we use that?
I think he stepped away.
Well, there's no use standing here. Come on, we gotta move.
There
like
is an
it's a-
exit, like a main tent flap and exit near the north, and then there's the way you came out from underneath the stage, but it seems like it has been closed shut.
And these are 3 like plinths, essentially.
Yes, like raised platforms, like raised stages, and a tightrope hanging high in the air above you.
Is Minari reacting to any of this in a particular way, or is she just as confused and afraid as the rest of us?
Perhaps a bit fearful, considering that she is a being of life, and this place is not exactly
Conducive to life.
Yeah,
Same
it's
question,
not
but
like unholy, but it's evil, but it's not exactly like a, it's not necrotic or death realm kind of deal, but it's still off-putting.
same question, but Frey.
Frey is less affected.
Okay.
Maybe again, depending on kind of you, maybe a little unnerved, but again, Frey is not necessarily a being that understands good and evil inherently, seeing as he's an astral being, so this is just another kind of plane to him. So he's more kind of on your reaction more than anything of his own.
I gotcha.
Right, you lot, spread out, see what we can find. Scour this place. Pick a body, stay close. No one's alone.
What are the 4 rules again?
Does it look like I can load the cannon?
I mean, you could.
So
Not sure with
there's
what.
gunpowder? Oh, that's what I'm asking. Are there the materials to be? First of all, the cannon
The materials
of the...
to, like, there are no cannonballs or gunpowder lying around.
So no, the barrels aren't really there or whatever.
No.
Just a note, like in your universe, do I know what a cannon is?
I'm gonna say yes. It's a rare piece of tech. Like, it's a rarer-ish, like,
Novelty-ish.
Because I know we kind of
So
had
firearms are
went
like
back-
novelties then.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
The dwarves were making them, and then they turned to stone.
Okay,
Andrew
I'll just,
summons his own
I
buddy.
guess I'll look for anything that looks like it could be explosive, and, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. For
Andrew
those
summons-
investigating, you can go ahead and roll me investigation if you're looking for things. Again, remember, for those that failed, you have disadvantage, as
I would like to
your attention is very
assist.
easily torn between things.
I'd like to assist Evian with it to neuter it out to make it a straight roll.
Okay. She just came up.
Because I'm not
to you.
investigating either.
She just caught up to you because you're right next to these bloody cages, and she'll look over.
Or if you have disadvantage, can you aid someone else to give them advantage? I feel like you're just
It's
not
just a
any help.
normal roll.
It would just be a straight roll at that point.
No,
It's not disadvantage.
I mean, you could rule that somebody who has disadvantage is not able to offer the help action in this instance.
Entirely reasonable.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Is if you have basically magical ADHD at this point, I don't think you can really help someone investigate, except by
If
accident.
anything, that's making it worse.
Yeah, like that just like mentally sounds like it would be more of a hindrance than a help in those scenarios. But I could be wrong.
I'm helping Moran. Or wait, we roll a +1?
Is Barnacle able to give the help action to Andros?
Yes.
I am definitely helping you, Reina, because I have a +0.
I mean, I got an 18, but I'll roll again. That was a 19. That's hilarious.
So is there anything you're like particularly looking for? Or are you just kind of investigating?
I'm just kind of piddling, like searching through stuff, you know.
So, for the most part, it seems pretty empty within the center ring at this time. There's the cannon, but nothing to load it, nor do you see any gunfire or cannonballs. The cages are emptied, but with dried blood and the sands beneath it. The caravan in front of you that you're poking around, the little cart, is, well, empty. It just seems to be a prop of sorts. Though, again, seems to have odd discolorations about it, as though it was carrying something that leaked liquid. As for what you're looking at, Andros, an organ sits quietly in a corner. Dust seems to kind of be gently layered upon its keys. And
My organ hasn't been used.
Evian, you find what appears to be just a trunk of props. Balls and pins and other such commodities that you would see in a circus.
He just looks at it oddly because she's never been to a circus before. So she just closes the lid a little dismissively. I'm guessing that's probably the same with the other one over there, right next to this one over here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Both of them are.
She'll
trunks
just
of
go walk right back to Absinthoss and like walk along, seeing the different sputtles, splatters of blood in the cages. Do you see anything?
I see you.
Great observation there, Absinthoss. I'm talking about in the cages. I mean, obviously, besides the blood.
Yeah, I guess I feel it's the only thing I can really see at this time. Now that you mention it. I hate this place. I hate it so
You and
much.
me. You and me both. I never felt quite unnerved before. But staring at bloody cages is not going to help anywhere. So I'm going to go over to where these tightrope things belong. Maybe there might be something up above. And she will start walking this way.
Absalom is gonna huff and puff around. He knows something's messing him up beyond the normal, usual things. He's wondering what on earth the circus ringleader did.
Evian, you don't notice anything particularly unique to the tightrope other than it extends fairly high up.
And there's no one up above or anything like that?
Nope. Again, it is now dead quiet inside here. The noises you hear now are the chattering and laughter coming from outside the tent.
Well, shit.
Before Andros leaves, he's just going to run his fingers straight across the organ keys and then head toward Thamor and the exit here.
Stirs up a bit of dust, but the notes respond, playing a discordant melody.
Hey, Andros, don't quit your day job.
No problem, doll. Ain't nothing over here.
Oh,
You guys
I've
find
got-
anything?
Yeah, a whole bunch of nothing.
What about you, Thamor?
I don't think
Seymour's
so. Roll.
Yeah, have a roll investigation. Maybe I'll find something cool.
Yeah.
Is a disadvantage for you?
Yeah, just watch him roll double 20s.
It's okay. Yeah, I was gonna say. He's gonna roll 20s.
This is Thamor. I can give him every disadvantage in the world.
I was going to say, I knew there's
Ooh.
20 to 1.
Or that.
I've rolled both sides of the
Thamor,
spectrum.
you are distracted
This-
by just the kind of particles of dust and light that seem to shimmer around from the glowing torches.
That is the epitome of Noko's rolling.
Yeah, Thamo's just like leaning up against the doorway here for everyone else to finish investigating an empty room full of nothing.
Is the doorway like covered in that same dried goop we're seeing all over the place?
Not really hit on a much better image. It's
that's fine.
basically a large like curtain door,
Sure.
like you would see in a standard like big top. Just very uniquely designed with perhaps some kind of like terrifying looking gestured image on each of them.
Andros is gonna tap his chest, and he's going to cast Armor of Agathis for an hour. The racial thing that he has. Just get that up.
Anyone else got anything in the big tent they want to look for? Or are we moving
I've-
outside?
I think we need to move on.
I think Absinthoth wanted to make an Arcana check.
On the natural magical energies in this area. To see maybe they can be counteracted in the future instead of, you know, having magical ADHD for the rest of the session.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me an Arcana, I guess.
16?
You're not quite sure. Your knowledge of the Fae is a bit limited. You know it has something to do with the way they ask and being granted what they ask kind of deal. So
How high is the high wire?
it's say about 50 feet in the air.
Is there anything in the stands on either end of the arena that would allow me to climb it and get onto it?
There's a ladder on each end of those
Oh no.
like poles near the. Oh, you guys can't see that. Stupid reveal thing is not exactly intuitive. Sorry. Because I can see, like, it's dark enough that I can see some of the stuff I've revealed, but I can't see everything I've revealed, and there's certain parts I don't fully.
Way to
Interesting.
change the alpha on how dark that is.
Yeah, that actually might help.
Okay, so I'll check the top of those platforms just if there's anything up there. I mean,
Nothing that you can find.
I'm looking for quote tickets, so
Yeah,
just a quick search.
Yeah, no, you find that it is an empty platform up top, connected with the rope that runs across.
Is there anything on the rope itself?
Not. I mean, Alton does not notice anything from where he is up there.
Oh, yeah, mindset was maybe there's a ticket stuck to the center of the rope or something. Well, unless we want to keep.
I think we've exhausted the
Entryway.
Yeah, I agree. We should move on.
Alton kicks the beach ball on his way out.
It bounces away slowly.
To reveal a ticket underneath. No.
sloshes
starts
around
rolling
with the
back.
blood of the innocent.
After you, it begins to chase.
You guys all heading outside the tent?
Yeah.
I guess so.
As you step outside the tent, out into the open air where once, you expected the bandit camp, you are now under a starry sky that is filled with the pulsing and twisting lights of various hues and colors that seem to streak across the night form, and even the stars themselves don't seem to sit in the same place at the same time. All around you hear the din of a carnival in full swing, though you see none of the guests. All around you, bright lights flicker and candles burn at various attractions and various signs that seem to sit outside multiple tents. Laughter and noise fills the air, and the sweet smell of sweets coming from a tent nearby fills your nostrils. Not seemingly a person in sight.
Mm. Okay.
You guys are in the main tent here. Yep.
Kind of odd that there's a carnival and yet there's no person anywhere.
Terrible carnival.
It is the Fae, as you said, and they were playing games. So it looks like we've been asked to play along.
Apparently so.
Absent of us, roll me a perception check.
All right. That is a 7.
Out of the corner of your eye, in the bushes behind, like to your, well, looking above to the right,
Mm-hmm.
see something shuffling. Its head pops out slightly. It just seems to be a duck's head. Normal in all features, except for the unnerving fact that it's smiling.
Oh, that is
A
horrifying.
row of human teeth.
What the fuck, man?
Quack, quack,
Alt-Z.
motherfuckers.
Quack quack.
The revenge of the endless ducks.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that campaign to start up again.
I know. Doff.
I always knew ducks were bad news.
Ducks. Right, we gotta set this up. We gotta decide what we're doing.
Well,
Should
I
we
mean,
skip
there's
step?
Let's play along with their stupid games so we can get out of here and not have to worry about being in this place any second longer.
Oi, I said pick a buddy.
Fine,
Is
you're my buddy.
Pass Without Trace still up, by the way?
I mean, I never specifically dropped it, but
It does last for an hour.
Then, yeah, should still be up.
We are mobile ECM Wolf Paladin combo. Yeah.
Right,
Anyways,
right then, Applesauce, you're with me. Let's go.
How exciting.
Barnacle, you stay with Atlas. You go, boss. How you doing, lass? Everything great? This place sucks.
Hello, Barnacle. It's been a while, and yes, it is quite indeed sucky.
You're looking fetching as ever.
No time for flirting, Barnacle. Let's go.
Is
Yeah,
there
you-
anywhere that looks kind of like a beer garden or a beer tent?
It looks like a what?
a beer garden?
bar.
That's a Marani
beer
question.
garden. Sounds
Food.
like my
Food
Place
tent.
of refreshment.
You kind of sniffing the air, you pick up the scent of different foods or delectables potentially coming from tent down here.
Alright.
Right, Thamor, you're with Outen.
I heard that sigh.
That was the character.
That was great. I want to clip that out of the recording. That was great.
So Dan looks around, everyone's splitting off, and well, if you, me, Shinari, Frey, let's try covering the most ground away from here. Maybe the gate, or he looks over to the southwest. Oh, that looks promising.
It's good a direction as any.
So which way are you guys all heading?
Oh, the minecarts look fun. Might as well at least have some fun around here.
Glad you're being glib about everything.
Well, you know, if you're in hell, at least make the best of it.
You would know a lot about that, wouldn't you?
Never personally been.
Okay, so
Only a matter
hold on
of
before you
time,
guys
it
like
seems.
Actually,
spaz
speaking,
full direction over there.
sorry, we're
Okay.
stopping.
So as you guys kind of get towards the stalls down here, we'll get to you guys first, then we'll do everyone else who's kind of split. We'll have a couple of side sessions here. As you come down here, the empty stalls, again, you hear laughter and noises, but as you get closer to them, a humanoid figure just seems to step right out of the shadows from the stall here, wearing brightly colored, foppish-looking outfit, and a wider than normal grin upon his face. Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. You must be here to try our game. You see, right here, and he points out to a half barrel full of apples and water. This is the Bobbin for Apples. Bob an apple, get a ticket, and win a prize. Can I interest anyone in playing today?
Marani just kind of blinks and just kind of gazes over at Sedan, then looks back over to the creepy guy. Well, we are in need of tickets, I suppose. How does it work?
Oh, it's really quite simple. You put on this blindfold, you put your head in and you bob for an apple, and you are not allowed to use your hands. And that's it. It's just a fun little game.
Would Denari have advantage if she was, because she's a giant wolf shoving her jaws in?
Oh, no, that won't do. We can't have a filthy animal putting their snout into our apples.
She narrows her eyes at that. Well,
This is just normal water and normal apples, right? Like nothing is going to try to reach out of the water and grab my face and pull me in, or
The attendant just looks down at the water, kind of pokes his finger in the water a little bit. Water and apples.
insight check.
What did you think was gonna happen?
I don't. Marani is just
wild.
well.
Gonna be
Hence the
fucking-
question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Bad shit. I would not stick your face in the water.
So can we roll an insight check?
You can certainly try.
It's like just get a bead on his demeanor. Is he,
I would
is he
like to-
hired help or I don't know. Is he forced to be here?
I have no idea how you'd gather that from an insight check.
That doesn't matter.
I mean, unless you're rolling investigation to brutally assault him and see if he's got an ID or something. Yeah, no, you can.
Well-
You gain nothing on this. This thing is completely beyond your understanding of what is just everything about his cadence, tone of voice is just so bizarrely out of place. You
Carney's
cannot tell
fucking
lie
scare
from
you.
truth.
This guy's no exception.
And has never been to a carnival with the Father Riel. He doesn't understand.
He's an
Okay.
altar boy that hasn't been to any fun places.
Mm-mm.
Okay, well, we do need tickets. I suppose I'll give it a try.
Oh, wonderful. And don't forget, if you win, you get to win a prize too. And he points behind him, and you see a large stuffed bear sitting upon the counter.
Okay, great.
Roll me a perception, though.
Okay,
You can roll too, Zidane.
24
If the what now? I'm sorry.
perception.
Perception. Marani, as he points to it and you're kind of just rolling your eyes at the stuffed animal, you notice something's not right about it. Something seems to be squirming inside of it.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
wonderful. Okay, great.
How big is this bear?
It's the size of a small child.
Oh no! Okay.
I love
I think we found the
animals.
refugees.
Oh, wonderful.
Anglerfish,
Okay.
anglerfish.
Okay. So while we're setting up for that, we'll quickly chop over Thamor and Alton as you approach this tent. Again, the smell of just wonderful food. You see all sorts of various things hanging from different like skewers and coal, like a grill kind of cold area behind it, grilling, and you smell sweet, sweet smells of apples and alcohol and different different carnival food being made. And as you approach, again, this figure wearing this foppishly colored gown and a smile larger than anything you've ever seen. Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. Might I interest you in a taste of our fine delicacies here? You must be so worn out from the festivities.
One moment, sir, leans over to Thamor. Eat or drink nothing.
Got it.
You sure? We have things here that can brighten up your concentration. We have things here that can speed you right up. We got things here that'll, bring about the best of joys and sensations. We have the best food in the entire fair.
I'm sure it looks interesting. We were more interested in purchasing some tickets.
Oh, no, you don't purchase tickets, you win them. It's a fair, after all.
All right, then. I guess we'll be on our way.
All right, well, if you ever get hungry or run into some things that you need some food for, I'll be right here. We'll be having an eating contest later in the evening as well, where you could win some tickets if you beat our other competitors in an eating contest.
Ah, an eating contest. Thank you.
Yes, or a drinking contest if you prefer. We can change up the schedule a little bit.
Who are the other competitors?
Oh, some local champions and a few other challengers, and just some folk.
All right.
You'll love them.
Font is that we're using?
Okay, so what's going on? You guys are gonna take up the ticket over there. All right, so we'll just hop back quickly. I guess do Marani.
What font are you using for that?
What?
For what?
Who's put the people who are putting the labels down? What
32
font?
and then white and black.
Oh, okay. There it is.
Okay. So Marani, are you going ahead with the apple bobbing?
I guess so.
Okay. He hands you a blindfold.
All right.
So you slip it on, put it on tight. It seems to tighten a little bit more of its own accord, but fits snugly around your eyes, obscuring your vision entirely.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my dear. Your friend or I can help you guide yourself down to the start, but then it is all up to you. Are you ready to bob for apples?
Sure.
Yeah, Zidane's not gonna let this guy. Yeah, no, he's gonna help guide Marani.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So you guide her down, and as you kind of feel your face push into the water, start feeling your way, biting around for apples. Go ahead and just roll me a... Yes? Athletics?
Oh, that's great. I'm good at those.
Yeah, go with athletics.
Would
Yeah,
I
it's not
be
that
able to guidance myself?
Not in this point, because you'd have to get back up to cast your spell, because you're currently your head's underwater.
Oh, okay.
Then
Great.
pass without a trace would go away.
Oh, that's a good point. Okay, never mind then. Okay.
Also,
New question.
Zidane, roll me a perception check.
New question. I rolled wheel on my cosmic omen earlier. Could I use that?
Yeah.
Then I will do that.
Zidane. You notice an odd-looking duck watching you from behind the stall. Normal. Except for the smiling row of teeth from its bill.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Do Frey and Shinari get the roll perception too, or are they just getting lumped into ours?
No, it's just you, Zidane.
Oh. He's gonna look over at it and with a half-cocked smile wave at it.
Keeps grinning, cocks its head at you.
Are you sure it's athletics? This could be really bad for me.
Yeah, it's athletics.
Okay. All right, here we go. With the D6 from my wheel. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. 16. Okay, so I rolled a natural 17 minus 1. 16 plus 5 from my wheel is 21.
Very nice. Yeah. You reach in and bob your head around in the dark, and you feel the water splashing into your face, and you finally bite into the crunchy, soft flesh of an apple. As you bite down into it, you feel a sharp sting
Ugh.
as a hook protrudes through your cheek.
Ah!
Roll me a strength saving throw, or strength saving throw.
Yeah, oh, good. Natural 20. No kidding.
Okay. So with a panicked shout, you feel something kind of again hook into your cheek and tug against you, pulling you, reeling you into the buckets. Frightened gasp, you rip away. Apple still in your mouth, ripping the hook. You still take a point of damage from the hook,
Okay.
basically getting ripped out of your cheek. With a nat 20, you managed to come up. Apple in your mouth.
She just comes out and she immediately just spits the apple out of her mouth and then reaches up and rips off the mat. Can I rip off the blindfold? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. She just rips off the blindfold and just glares daggers at this guy. You said there was nothing but apples and water in here.
Oh, there is. There's only apples and water in there.
Then what the fuck just hooked me?
Oh, the other player on the other side. He was hunting for you.
You know
love
what?
This.
Never mind. Just there's your stupid apple. I have my ticket and my prize, please.
Well, yeah, of course. And he wanders back over. You see him reach from under the counter and pull out a ticket, hands it back over to you. And he starts moving towards the bear, turns. Or we can make things interesting?
I'm not interested in making things interesting. Just give me the damn bear.
Okay. I understand that you're a little chicken. Get hooked once, and then you get scared of some apples. I get it. Apples are scary.
Well, I'm sorry, Morani, but my curiosity is piqued.
Purely for curiosity's sake, what would making it more interesting entail?
Double or nothing. I'll give you 2 tickets. And the prize behind me, of course. If you can bob another apple. This time, all the other players are going to have a little help too.
Completely out of character. Zidane, your strength is much better than mine.
And I have proficiency in athletics. Yes.
Yes. So, thank you very much, but I think I'll pass and I'll let my companion here have a try.
Well, the duck appears to be moving. Does anyone else see the duck, or is it just Sedan at the moment?
I don't know. Are you asking me or are you asking Morani?
I assume I see the duck.
Morani, you don't see the duck.
I don't see the duck. Okay.
So my head is
Ben doesn't
trapping
know
the
that.
duck. Like he's about to say something. He's saying he's gonna do the apple bob, and then he just looks over at the duck and he's watching the duck move.
Yep, it's just walking towards you with that big, wonderful smile.
Zidane, you okay?
I'm gonna telepathically think to Shinari. Do you see a being right there?
Roll me wisdom saving throw.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh! Oh.
You telepathically mention this to Shinari, and then blink. You don't remember what you were talking about. You don't see the duck. You don't remember a duck. Why does that seem familiar? You seem worried now that maybe there is a duck after all. But you don't see the duck. Anyway.
Never mind. That's not
Duck
Sure.
is always there, watching.
double or nothing.
No, not double or nothing. You're kidding.
Wonderful, wonderful! And he hands you the blindfold.
Me or Zidane?
Dan.
Oh. Wait, do
Yeah,
I still have
remember?
my ticket? Did I get the ticket?
Not yet.
Uh,
It's double or nothing. I can't just be running off with a ticket. I'd be forced to call security, and we know what he wants that.
now, wait just a second. I won that ticket fair and square. If he wants
Yes,
to go
and you
double or
agree
nothing,
to the double or nothing.
I did not. That's his business.
Well, then if he wants to play the game normally, he can. Then he can double or nothing. Is it that so hard to understand?
I understand. I'm just saying I won my ticket. I want my damn ticket.
All right. Sorry. I'll play my first round for my one ticket.
All right. He hands
If
you
you
your
have-
ticket, Morani. But I'm afraid it's not quite as fun without some stakes involved, so I'm afraid we're gonna have to, I've only got one prize, so we'll just have to split it.
What
If your
now?
friend fails, well, we'll have to split the prize. There's only one after all.
But I won the bear. It's my prize.
Well, yes, but your friend wants to play, and it would be remiss of me to not give him a prize.
What? Why?
Oh no. As a character. Oh no. This is some Faustian deal.
I was thinking this is some biblical. What was that? King Solomon.
King Solomon and the child. So you're saying that if I played, then you would have to split the
Well,
bet.
yes, there's no risk if you're just playing for a ticket, and your friend doesn't want to do the double or nothing, so you can either walk away with what you've already won, or we can make things interesting and you play and get an extra ticket, and we split the prize. Well, that'd be fun. You each get half a bear.
Is there anything inside the bear?
I mean, stuffing. We stuffed it with something.
Kind of stuffing.
Well, I'm part of the manufacturing. I just get the prizes and run the booth.
It's very apparent that it's squirming, correct?
A lot of things are
Testing out.
squirming here. I mean, look at
But,
you, you're squirming right now. Is there something inside of you? Hmm? Now, if you don't want to play Bob the Apple, I suggest you move along, or I'll be forced to call security. I've got plenty of other customers.
The Dan's gonna look at Marani, then look at the bear.
I mean, it seems to me. she. I'm just thinking, like, Morani, just a little child, like, I want the bear, but we need the bear. I want the bear. I don't think that we need to risk splitting the bear. I think that we could probably get another ticket elsewhere. Why don't we just take what we've got and try somewhere else?
Did that not come through?
No.
Said, all right.
Yeah. Indecisive group of players today. We have so many fun attractions, and you spend all of your time here arguing with your Bob apples or not Bob apples. And oh, bear, here, take your bear. And he walks over, hoists the bear over, and just chucks at you, Moroni.
Oh, thank you very much. Okay.
It is very heavy.
I thought so. All
I'm
right.
going to take it off her hands.
Yeah. Thank you very much. We'll be leaving you to your other customers now. Okay. Have a nice day. Goodbye. She just very quickly starts walking off.
And as you walk off, and if you turn to look or even notice, he seems to just step back into the booth and just fade right into the shadow. All right. For Barnacle and Evian, as you approach this open courtyard, again, from the shadow of the nearby tree, that same figure that the others have been seeing steps out, wearing that foppishly colored, bright colored outfit and a larger than normal smile. Why, hello! Welcome to our test of aim. Will you like to play in our little game? You get to win 2 tickets if you manage to hit the apple.
Could I not refuse?
Seems right up your alley, Evian.
Well, sure, I'll bite. And then she takes her bow off and then walks up to the stand. Where does the apple? Where do you need me to stand?
Oh, good. Oh, but we have our own equipment you can use as per standard fair policy. I don't know what you've done with yours, but, you know, gotta play
No,
by
there's
the
nothing quite.
rules.
It's quite a normal bow. I mean, I can say for
Well,
certain,
be
look,
that as it may.
well crafted and everything. It's still the same
He
similar
hands
bow as
you
yours.
hands you a very standard-looking, plain wooden bow. We play by rules here, and as according to the rules, you will be hitting the apple off of a target. And here's our target now. And he looks over, and you see a smaller, clone-like rendition of himself wheeling in a large slab of wood with a terrified-looking human male strapped to it. He is clothed in only his shorts, and you see multiple scar marks across his body. Well, the apple's somewhere in there. Take your shot.
And the scarred person?
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes, I have many questions myself.
Mr. Ringmaster, would you... Oh,
I'm not the
mind if I ask?
ringmaster. That's not me. I'm not the ringmaster. I'm just the humble carney in charge of the archery range.
Right. What would I do? What would you do? I want to make a bargain with you. You ready to hear it? What if
No.
I trade places with that man and she shoots at me?
Well, you don't have an apple in you.
Well, you can put one in.
Range.
It's really easy. Just kind of sticks his hands into himself.
Yeah, but that's not how we do it here.
It will
So-
still hurt. I feel it.
But that's not how we do it here. So would you like to play the game or not?
Well. There's your shot, Evian.
I know it is my shot, Barnacle, but that is a live human being.
It's true.
For fuck's sakes. Always a twist in these cynical games.
Well, that's what makes them fun. If they were straightforward, they wouldn't be much of a game, now would they? And you get a whole 2 tickets. Tell you what, I'll give you 2 shots for the price of 1.
That's a pretty good deal.
It is a pretty good deal. May I get a closer look at the male? Just to make sure he if he's not hiding anything.
Yes, but no touching.
She walks up to the person in front of her to inspect it. Leans a little bit forward, kind of like looking back at the guy behind her before looking at her, at the person in front of him. Are you? And she whispers, tell me, have you been here for very long?
The guy looks up with very groggy, very apparently drugged eyes. He tries to mutter and just comes out in a slurred mush of words before his head kind of slumps down.
All right, and may I do a investigation without touching him by just looking to see if there is something hidden on him or what's really attaching him to this?
Well, he's bound.
Plank of wood?
It's a large slat of wood, and he's bound at hands and legs, kind of arms, like almost kind of what's it called, like the Da Vinci's the man kind of pose, like arms out to the sides, legs spread out, and just bound at the wrists.
It's a Vitruvian man.
Vitruvian man.
Yep.
There you go.
And where are the scars? Like, where are the stitching marks that he's got all over him?
They
There.
are several places along his body. There are several along his stomach, his chest, all up along his arms and legs, several across his face. Like, it looks like he has just been cut repeatedly and patched back up.
She kind of grimaces at the scars and everything, because some seem to be fresh. It's despicable. Can't. She just shakes her head. Right.
Don't you mind if I talk to my friend here really quick before she takes a shot? I gotta shake her up, you know?
He looks down, kind of looks up at the sky. Fine, just hurry up. We have a long line behind you that want to earn those tickets.
I
And
can see
even
that.
though you don't
This is
see anything,
exciting stuff.
You hear the chattering of people as though there's a line behind you. You hear chattering and groaning, faint whispers of like, hurry up.
So I have
He
a
goes-
question, Salty.
Okay.
Of course he does.
Of course, Trey. Yeah.
Barnacle's made of water. Could he?
Alright.
Could he condense a small bit of himself onto the arrow that Evian is going to shoot and enter the man's body with a little bit of the water that he is part of himself?
There's a lot of things I want to say no to about that, considering I
You'd
don't
say
have a
you
battle
only
map
get
drawn about the inside of this poor man, but I'm gonna go
just-
with no, because
That's fine. That's fine.
I'm not sure how you would pull that off without straight up killing him, and not having the arrow.
It wouldn't be all of Barnacle. It'd be like a small portion of him.
Yeah, but the idea is you still act as a familiar, so you're not really able to like duplicate yourself in multiple ways that way. Like I can't.
Fine.
The idea is not like
That's
you're not gonna be able to like throw droplets of yourself and have an army of barnacles.
No, that's totally fine. Yeah, I miss 100% of the shots I don't take, so figured I'd
Fair
ask.
enough. But yeah, that's a
Mhm.
little
I
beyond the
wanted
scope of what.
I wanted to cheat, okay?
I get it. I am well aware, and that's what I was trying to. That's what I gathered. But just the method of cheating, you're trying to cheat the game
That's
logic
fine.
behind set for Barnacle himself.
That is fine.
doesn't have many tools at his disposal.
You always come back later with other party members.
Well, I got nothing, Evian. It's up to you. You think you can find an apple in him? Probably ain't in Zoms or whatnot. There's not really much space in there.
That's all right, Barnacle. I think I should be okay.
Are you gonna
And
shoot him?
she doesn't say a word as she goes back to take the arrow and her bow, the bow that was given to her. And as she's going to draw, as she's like putting the arrow into the bow, can I do a sleight of hand to hide the vials of fog cloud before I shoot the arrow?
Yeah. Go and roll me a sleight of hand.
$13.
Okay.
Oh no! Of
Ooh.
course not.
I notices you shifting. Oh, what do you got there, dearie? I don't remember giving you those. Oh, you weren't planning to, cheat on me, were you?
Oh no, this is just a very precarious potion for myself. It's more or less of a little bit of booze for me. To get my
Oh.
courage up, you know.
I do delight in drunk shooting. It makes it so much more fun. But is it really? You want to
Of
go ahead and try
course.
and roll like a persuasion? If you want to try and convince him out of what you have.
Yeah, I'll do persuasion. I hope my thingy works with it, because I know the special. Oh, come on. Did my otherworldly glamour get added to it? Yes, it did. Okay.
Plus,
Well,
yeah,
that's
just
okay.
kind of rolled low, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Let's think of a He meets.
Of course.
He kind of cocks his eye. Don't think that's good.
Wait, if you don't believe her, I'll drink it.
No. You're a weird one. I can already tell. You just put your hand through yourself without any issue.
You're weirder too.
Well, thank you. Now, flattery aside. Strokes of the imaginary beard. He looks about. I like where this is going. I'll let you use your little tricks, but you only get one shot. One.
Fine.
All right.
And then she again draws back the bow. And I awkward, and then she has the vial next to the tip of the arrow before kind of like at the same time firing it, but not really firing it at the human, but more at the plank, if I could do so.
Okay, Discord decided to do weird things.
But was
Okay.
it me?
No, it was me. I got kicked from Discord for a bit.
Oh, I was gonna say she was going to fire with the vials of fog cloud towards the clone human, but not
Okay.
really going to hit him.
Okay, you're kind of firing with the vial like attached to like break it on impact kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead and just roll me an attack roll to see how, I guess, successful you are at.
So
setting
you
this
want
up.
me to do it with the bow? Because
You just
Yep.
it would be your normal roll.
It's
but
your
it
normal
wouldn't have
roll.
a
You get no
plus-
bonuses on this.
Yeah, so your
uh,
archery would apply. So I think it's a +8 instead of a +10.
okay, so see 1d20 plus 8. Sorry, I'm like double checking this real quick.
You got +3 dex, +3 proficiency, which is 6, and then +2 from archery.
So 8.
Oh,
Okay.
thank goodness.
Yeah. You fire it, and it strikes the wooden the wooden slat, detonating the vial or cracking the vial and causing it to release a large plume of smoke around. And you hear the carny, for lack of a better description at this point for him. Well, hey, hold on, that wasn't booze. What are you? Little lady, you are getting on my nerves.
Barnacle is going to try to stumble into him.
And
Can't see anything in the fog,
All
but
right.
he's going to try to stumble into him.
Okay. He's kind of like moving towards Evian, so you kind of run into him almost. I mean, you're right in his way anyway.
Yeah.
And he's fumbling about trying to get past you.
No,
Evian, what are you doing in that moment of
to me?
confusion?
No.
I am doing a misty step towards the human
Pick his pocket.
and towards.
I don't know if Misty Step works here. You have to be able
No,
to
no,
see
no,
the
no.
target.
Yeah. So I am going to stealthily move myself around the whole commotion where Barnacle is, and yet try to pickpocket the tickets or the prize table to get the tickets.
Go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand.
Meanwhile, Barnacle's casting Mage Hand and is just grappling with this guy, but
And
acting
as you're
like he's
doing
being
this as
assaulted.
well, he's starting to go, security!
Oh no.
Go ahead and roll me the sleight of hand.
Okay. And this is normal, correct? With
Yes, this is normal.
Okay.
Like, advantage for what you're doing, but disadvantage if you're also in a...
Fog cloud.
You managed to sneak a single ticket. For some reason, you can't seem to find the other. You managed to sneak a single ticket out before you hear the shouts of the Carney attendant yelling for security, security. And all of the lights, fires, the torches, the lights, even the shifting patterns of the starry sky above start to flicker and fade.
Barnacle mimics him.
Help! Security! The carney's assaulting me!
how dare you fondle an old man?
Feel the ground shake beneath you, all of you.
Oh, fuck!
What do you all do as the lights, all these torches start to flicker and burn out one by one, and it is growing increasingly dark, and you feel the weight of something large starting to move through the carnival.
Evian!
Go higher ground, Barnacle, go! And then she's
I can't see anything!
she just grabs hold of Barnacle, rolling
Ah!
her eyes,
We're in a
just
fog
like
cloud.
booking it. She's just booking it into a random direction.
Okay. So you're
Oh,
just
no.
running randomly. What about everyone else?
So we all feel something
Yeah,
moving.
you just kind of like finish your thing with the apple bobbing, and then you just hear, like, you feel the ground shake, and you see the lights, all these torches flickering and starting to go out one by one around you as it grows increasingly dark. And even again, those lights in the sky above you seem to flicker out. Even the stars themselves seem to flicker.
Do they hear Barnacle yelling?
You hear the commotion of Barnacle yelling, as well as the commotion of the Carney yelling for security.
Does dark vision work? Or is there still enough light to
Dark
kinda see?
vision works in the current surrounding you're in, yes.
Oh.
For absentos.
You've gone onto a ride yet.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not blaming you.
What?
Something happened with Barnacle, I think. So that probably means your true lady's in trouble.
I'd be more worried about Barnacle.
I'm not. It's made
Well,
of fucking
then-
water. Let's go.
So you guys are moving towards him? What about the
we're
rest of you?
Yeah.
So
Running
Zanana.
toward
Yeah,
Evian and
hold up.
Barnacle.
Yeah, go ahead and hold up there then. What about the rest of you?
Sedan, I think we need to go.
Should we come from the other side?
If you think that's smart, yes, sure.
Actually, He's gonna tell Shannara to catch up with the two A's.
Nice.
Applesauce and Anderos.
Okay, so you guys are doing that. What about Thamor and Alton? What are you doing?
I guess at this point, Thamor is going to put down his halberd, which he was just about to go fishing with.
Of course.
And angrily stomp his way over to where everyone else used to be.
Okay. Well,
Then
it's no
interrupt
one
his fishing
elected to hide. The lights all go out.
Sure.
And I guess everyone forgot one of the rules of the carnival. You all hear something start running, full speed through the darkness, crashing its way. Those with dark vision can see the immediate surrounding, only see a blob of darkness running at like just this thundering cloud, something in it. I am going to need everyone to roll me dexterity saving throws.
And close enough to us for his bonus.
Absence us, no.
I am, though.
Sick.
I think
Can
a 16
I do
should be
Misty
fine.
Step? To save my ass.
Aha! Yeah!
Nope, never mind.
Oh, what would this be for Frey? I mean, there's no miniature elephant stat block.
I think he is a ferret on your.
Hey, Salty, can I say,
Weasel.
since I'm covered in shadows and that world goes black that I'm hidden?
Not exactly, because you did not elect to actually hide. So, you all take 25 points of piercing damage.
Oh my god!
As
That's not too bad.
something just seems to be running at full speed and is just runs by and grabs each one of you and throws you wildly,
Oh, even the people that
slamming you
have
into the
really...
ground as it goes by. And for a brief moment within the darkness of this thing running through, you swear you see just this large, armored thing full of teeth and fury, wearing a tutu.
Oh no.
What was the DC?
DC was 32,
Oh
because
geez.
it rolled a 32 on its attack.
So I think that Frey just pops out of existence, right?
Well, I thought he's riding on you, so he's...
He's an elephant.
Yep, he would pop
Yeah,
out of
but he's
existence.
tiny.
Damn it.
Oh no!
Like,
Shen
no, I
is
just
popping.
summoned Frey back! No!
Shen,
I just
Shen would
spent a
also get hit.
second. I just did
I
a
think that
second
means Shen's gone too.
slot yesterday. Yeah, she is.
And you are scattered about the path.
For
As you all are
Barnacle's
hit by
sake-
this thing running through.
For Barnacle's sake, is it magical damage or is it just non-magical bludgeoning?
It's non-magical
Or
piercing.
non-magical piercing. Okay.
Yeah, it's basically, I mean, it's bludgeoning piercing. It's something either grabbing and slamming you, or like running into you, and you just feel like talons piercing through or raking by.
Okay. So, Barnacle has 24 health. He has resistance to it, so he takes 12, and that gets split with Anderos, so he takes a total of 6, and Anderos takes a total of 31.
And as you're all scattered about, getting hit by this thing moving at a just unnatural speed, the lights and torches slowly flicker back on, and the stars and colors and noise return. Perhaps a bit dazed, you get up from the ground, wondering just what that security was.
Also, the security takes 10 cold damage.
Nope. Nope.
Nine.
I mean, it does, but
No, it's fine.
It let's just say it has damage immunity from just about
No,
most
it's fine.
things. Alright, but I think we'll pick up with the rest of the fair, I guess, because it's already 12:14. I don't want to necessarily push this to 2 in the morning.
Well-
There's plenty more in store, but
Wait, Absinthoss. This wasn't Absinthoss's fault for once.
No,
I
I
would have asked
think
if light would have done anything, because I thought I cast it on earlier. But
it would have illuminated the immediate surrounding while the lights were off, but the thing was shrouded in magical darkness.
totally understandable.
So, not that it
Yeah.
would have stopped it, it's triggered by, you know, the lights going out in the fair, basically. And it's the fair security measure, and it is terrifying.
damn it.
I hate the
All right.
Feywild.
That was awesome.
Oh, that is so.
There is more in
But-
store, as there are more ways to get your tickets and deal with this.
That was so
I-
good.
I loved it. Good session.
Sorry, Keeg, I had to take a little
Heavy
bit